It happened about 12 years ago. I'm a 39-years-old anesthetist from Egypt. 12 years ago I was working in a small hospital in the rural city of Rosetta. If you know the Rosetta Stone, this is the city where they found it. The hospital is formed of 5 floors. The dormitories are in the 5th floor. The ground floor had the emergency and causality department. Other floors have the wards, the labs, and the operative theater. At that time the hospital was under some maintenance. On a particular afternoon, there was not much work to do in the operative theater, so I was in my room in the 5th floor surfing the web on my netbook. I heard some knocks on the door. It was the janitor. He told me that some new beds and wardrobes would be delivered now. He asked me to stay out of my room till they finished the replacement. I stayed in the TV room for a while when suddenly the PA system announced my name to head immediately to ER. Before I moved, one security man came running and he told me that there was a big road traffic accident that involved a school bus and that everyone available is needed down. I rushed to my room, found the new furniture in place, so I closed it and ran down to the ER. When I entered the ER department I noticed the new color of the walls. Before it was green, now it's blue with silver decorations everywhere. While I was helping the children, I asked one nurse when they changed the colors of the ER, would all the hospital have the same pattern? She looked me confused and asked what new color. It was always like that. I got confused myself, but I didn't pay attention to that. There were many injured children. There were many doctors, pediatricians, surgeons, etc. A lot of them were new faces to me. I was working in this place for several years, so I almost knew everyone. I was asking myself when all those new people came. I should be more social and so, but I didn't expect anything bad. I was asking the people I know about the new doctors and always I was getting the same answers. You don't know him? How? He was here for several years. We meet over lunch or dinner, etc. Again I was confused, but I didn't pay attention. Thank God nothing was serious. No one was admitted to ICU or went through an emergency surgery. A couple of hours later, everything is fine and things began to settle down. So I went outside the ER to have some fresh air. I won't forget what I saw. The hospital place is near the River Nile, so that's what I usually see when I leave the hospital. But what I saw was simply the Mediterranean. Rosetta City is near the Mediterranean but not that close. I couldn't believe my eyes. I began to look to the surrounding buildings. Some I knew, some I didn't. Now I freaked out. I remembered that I didn't recognize the ER or the new doctors. I ran inside to my colleagues and I asked them about what is outside. They told me it's the Mediterranean. I shouted, I know it's, but how did it come to here? Everyone was confused. I kept asking, where am I? And my colleagues started to calm me down and try to understand why the panic. I tried to call my parents using my cell phone, but they didn't answer. I wanted to call another older anesthetist. I consider him a father and my best friend. I couldn't find his name on my phone. I really freaked out. I asked my colleagues for his phone number. Everyone told me that they don't recognize the name. I was sure that I wasn't dreaming. I was treating children, calculating drug doses. My mind was clear enough to know that I wasn't dreaming. I got a mental block. I didn't know what to do. Then I decided that I will leave the hospital at once. I need to see my family. I ran to the 5th floor to my room to change my clothes and get my things before I leave the place. Once I opened the room, I noticed the usual furniture. No new furniture and no new bed or wardrobe. I stood there for a moment totally lost. Then I heard someone calling me. It was a security guard. He told me that there is a big accident down that involved a lot of children and they needed everyone down there. I kept staring at him without any response. He kept talking that PA is down because of a faulty maintenance and that's why they are calling the doctors individually. I told him that I will go down. He asked me if there is any other doctors in the dormitory. I told him that I don't know, so he went to check. I had a look outside the window and here it was the Nile and the usual scene. But I was already lost. I went down to help, the same children, same injuries, but I was completely lost, confused and hands shaking. My legs barely carried me. It was easy to manage the children since I knew them already. I knew what kind of injuries we will find. My colleagues asked if I was okay and that I was pale. The next few days was like hell to me. I had nightmares. I wasn't able to think clearly during my day. Then I took 1 week off to calm down. I have never experienced anything similar. I wasn't on any medications at that time or under any kind of stress. Everything was clear, it wasn't a dream at all. As I said, my mind was clear to pay attention to the details of drug doses, scoring of injuries. I'm sure. Till today I still remember the children and what I did to them. I only told this story to this older anesthetist and later to my wife because whenever I remember it, I remember that horrible feelings I had.